Let me ask you something. What if I told you that finding real financial peace doesn't come from some huge windfall, but from mastering a few really tiny habits? We're going to talk about faithful stewardship today. It's a simple idea, but it's so powerful. It might just completely change how you look at your money.
You know that feeling, right? The paycheck hits your account, you pay the mortgage, the car payment, the big stuff, and then, poof. Before you know it, it's the end of the month, and you're just kind of staring at your balance thinking, where did it all go? It honestly feels like it just vanishes into thin air.
Now, the logical thing to think is that the culprit has to be some big obvious purchase, right? Like a new TV or a weekend trip. But here's the thing. For most of us, that's not it at all. The real problem is something much, much quieter. It's something that's kind of operating in the background without us even noticing.
And that brings us to our first big idea, and I love this analogy. Small leaks sink big boats. Think about it. You'd for sure notice a giant hole in the side of your financial boat, but it's those tiny, little, unnoticed drips that can be just as dangerous over time.
Yeah, this is that hidden drain we're talking about. It's not one giant expense that gets you. It's a dozen small, reoccurring charges that we sign up for and then totally forget about. I mean, they're practically designed to be out of sight, out of mind.
So what do these leaks actually look like? Well, think about it. You've got that extra streaming service you signed up for to watch one show, or that fitness app you used for like a week, that old gym membership from 3 years ago, the free trial that quietly, sneakily started billing you. Come on, I bet some of this sounds pretty familiar.
Individually, they seem so harmless, don't they? It's just $10 here, maybe 15 there. But when you start adding them up, it is so easy to hit, let's say, a pretty conservative $50 a month. That's $50 just flying out of your account without you even having to think about it.
And this is where we have to kind of shift our perspective. We tend to dismiss these small amounts because, well, they feel insignificant. $50, what's the big deal? But the real power of these leaks isn't their size, it's their consistency. It's that they happen every single month.
And boom, there it is. That's the wake-up call. That insignificant $50 a month quietly turns into $600 over a year. $600! I mean, that's money that could have gone into savings or paid down debt or been used for something that really matters to you. That's not a small leak anymore. That's a serious problem.
So plugging these little leaks is way more than just a cool budgeting hack. It actually connects to a much deeper idea, the principle of faithfulness. So let's take a look at this from a biblical perspective and see how managing these little details is about so much more than just money.
This verse is really the foundation for all of this. It's not about how much money you have, it's about the attention you pay to it. It's suggesting that our true character is revealed in how we handle the small stuff. It's saying that the little things really truly matter.
And hey, let's be super clear here. The goal is not to become obsessed with money. Not at all. The goal is to show respect for the resources you've been given, to manage them with purpose and intention, like a responsible steward.
Okay, so we've seen the problem, we get the principle. So what's the practical solution? It's something I call the annual bill review. This is how you switch from just letting your finances happen to you to taking intentional control.
Look, autopay is awesome for convenience. I use it, but its biggest weakness is that it's mindless, and that makes it the perfect breeding ground for waste. The annual review is the complete opposite. Yeah, it takes a little effort once a year, but it's an intentional act that puts you firmly back in the driver's seat.
So what does this review actually look like? It's really simple. You just sit down with a list of all your recurring bills, and you start asking yourself a few really important questions.
These are the questions that just cut right through all the noise. And you've got to be honest with yourself. Do you actually use this thing? Does it add real value to your life? Could you maybe just downgrade to a cheaper plan? And then, the most powerful question of all, should you just cancel it completely?
This proverb just perfectly captures the spirit of the whole thing, doesn't it? Wisdom isn't about depriving yourself of good things, not at all. It's about being intentional with your resources instead of just letting them get gobbled up carelessly. It's the difference between planning for the future and just letting things happen.
All right, let's bring this all home with this super simple 3-step plan that you can literally start this week to build some lasting financial peace.
It's really just 3 steps. First, you've got to list everything, every recurring bill. Just get it all out in the open. Second, you got to be a little ruthless. Cancel what you don't truly use. And third, and this part is crucial,
You have to schedule it. Put it on your calendar for this time next year. Make it an automatic, yearly habit.
And why does all this matter? Because this one small act of discipline has a massive payoff. Every single dollar you reclaim from a forgotten subscription is a dollar that reduces financial pressure in your life. It's a dollar you can now use with purpose. And you know what that is? That is the definition of financial freedom.
So just remember this. You don't have to be rich to be a good steward of your money. You just have to be faithful. Start with these small steps. If you stay faithful in managing the little things, I promise you, a greater sense of peace and freedom, it will absolutely follow.